Hey there, and welcome to BridgeText.com's tutorial on missing values in R. One of the unfortunate realities in any form of data analysis, data editing, is that data are missing. Stuff that should be there is not. And oftentimes, to be able to know what's missing, how many things are missing, is there a specific thing that's missing, is going to be very handy information for you to know. So today we're going to do that. I want you to use the install packages command for ggplot and install that if you have not already done so. And there's also a nice library called DataEditR, which we're going to be using. I've already installed these, so I will not be doing that, but I'd like you to if you haven't done so already. Now, I want to call up a dataset called mSleep, which is about mammalian sleep of all things. And I'm going to load the ggplot library and type in view mSleep. And notice that's a capital V. And here's what I get. We have data on a bunch of mammals. We have their names, genus information, their order, and again, brain weight, body weight, all kinds of information. Well, that's pretty cool. One of the first things that you might want to know is what's missing here. What's missing? There's a lot of values, and especially if you're working with a gigantic data set, you might have no idea, how much is actually missing. So I'm going to do two things for you right now. I'm going to load the DataEditR library, and then I'm going to use the DataEdit function. And the reason that I'm going to do that is, let's say that we wanted to, at some point, because stuff is missing, we wanted to go through here and actually hand edit or hand add information. Like, let's say that you figured out the conservation value for the owl monkey in space number 2, and you wanted to edit it then by hand. As many of you might know, working with data in R can be a little bit of a pain if you're pulling in Excel files, files from other sources. So I did just want to show you DataEditR just as an adjunct to what I'm doing here with missing values. Just so that, if you want, you can go in and do that stuff by hand. I know for me, it was very handy to be able to do that as someone who, gosh, decades ago learned to do this stuff on stuff like Stata, on programs like Stata, where I was used to that. Anyway, back to missing values. How exciting. All right, so the first thing that would be handy to know is how many values are missing by variable. And so the command for that here, again, I'm just going to highlight it for you. You can just copy that in yourself, and where I've put in mSleep, you can put in your own dataset's name, and you'd get the same responses here. So we see that nothing's missing for name or genus, but we have 7 missing for vor. A lot of things are missing for sleep cycle, some for brain weight, and so on and so forth. You can also get a nice, some nice insight into total missing values here by just using this code here. And so it turns out 136. Well, that's a fair amount. Now, let's say that you also had some specific ideas about what's missing by value. And one command that you could do is let's assume that, for whatever reason, you wanted to know if the 16 and 17 values for brain weight are missing. And so here you get false, false. So, okay, they're not missing. They're right there. That would be values number 16. We can actually look at that up here. So if you go to 16 and 17, the African giant pouched rat, which I'm assuming you do not want to meet on a dark street, and the lesser short-tailed shrew, that's 16 and 17. So if we scroll right on those, we see that indeed they both have brain weight values. You could do that for another variable too, if you wanted. You could do it for, let's do it for the sleep cycle. Let's say that whatever animal is in 20, whatever mammal is in 20, you want to know if the sleep cycle is missing. It's not. So that's the North American opossum. And if we scroll down and look for sleep cycle, indeed it is not missing. It's right there, as you can see. It's 0.33. Okay, so this is just an introduction to how you can just get a quick glimpse into what's missing in your data set. And I also wanted to show you DataEditR. If you want to take the, I think, convenient step of just filling in some stuff by hand without going into, source Excel file or whatever.